Hello my cutie little fairies, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to the fairy garden. My name's Angelina and I am your very own fairy makeup mother. I talk all things makeup, skincare, and acne, and I specialize in makeup for textured skin. In today's video, we are going to pretend there's an autumn breeze outside, that the weather is 75 degrees and I have a cutie little cup of tea, but really in Arizona it's like 1,000 degrees. So we're gonna just cosplay the fall vibes in here right now. I say as I look very like springtime. In today's video, we are going to talk about all of my favorite products for fall and also my product swaps for the fall season. Because you don't want to be using products that you use in the summer into the fall, because fall, winter times, your skin gets a little drier. The weather is very much dry and cold. So I'm going to give you an entire list of my favorite products for fall, as well as what I'm swapping out: makeup, skincare, and body care. The first category we are going to go through is makeup, of course. Let's start with primer. In the spring/summer, I like a more mattifying and blurring primer, and I was obsessed with the Hourglass Airbrush Vanish Primer during the spring and summer months, but now that it's getting into fall and my skin is getting a little bit drier and I'm more prone to dry patches, I'm switching to my Refi Hydrate and Blur Primer. I have talked about this so many times, y'all are probably like sick of me talking about this all the time, but I absolutely love it. It's truly hydrating and blurring, and I recommend this for any and every skin type, especially my textured skin girlies. So if you are using a more mattifying primer for the spring and summer months, I'd say switch to a more hydrating and blurring primer for fall and winter. Okay, what's next? In the spring and summer, I was definitely gravitating more towards my skin tint, or just wearing concealer all over my face, or just opting for a tinted SPF. But for the fall and winter, I'm gonna be wearing foundation. And this Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation is the best foundation ever. I literally recommend this foundation to everybody and anybody that asks me what is the best foundation. She is #1 on my list. She literally works for everybody, and the shade range is beautiful. The formula is amazing. I cannot say enough good things about this foundation. This is definitely a more medium to full coverage, but it still looks like skin on the skin. I just love this foundation so much, like so freaking much. Lady Gaga really ate with this foundation, okay? The next product we're gonna be talking about is concealers. I have not been able to shut up. Yeah, I can't shut up because I love to yap. But I have not been able to shut up about this Tower 28 Swipe Serum Concealer. This is a hydrating concealer, and you can use it all over the face as a foundation, or you can use it under your eyes. I personally do both, but in the fall and winter, you definitely want to opt for a more hydrating serum-like concealer because your under eyes are going to be a little drier. We're using thicker eye creams, you know? You don't want your under eyes to look musty, crusty, dusty, so a hydrating concealer is a must. I recommend this to literally everybody, and I use it every single time I do my makeup. No exaggeration. I don't like any other concealer besides this one. Okay, I'm wearing this e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and this is a close second. Okay, these two concealers are the best. Literally doesn't crease, doesn't emphasize my texture, my pores, doesn't emphasize my fine lines. So if you are using a matte concealer in the spring and summer, opt for a hydrating concealer for fall winter. Next is cream bronzers. In the fall and winter time, we kind of start to opt for a more cooler tone, neutral tone cream bronzer, because in the spring summer we want to look sun-kissed and juicy, but in the fall we want to look chiseled but also look like we're alive. So I'm gonna start with my most loved and used. This is the Tower 28 Sculptino bronzer in the shade Getty. It's very dirty right now, don't yell at me. But this is the perfect like neutral warm tone bronzer that also gives you a little bit of chisel to the face, and it definitely gives you a slight dew to the skin. This is the Simi Haze Beauty. This is the Skin Suede Melting Bronze Balm. This is in the shade Oak 03. She is definitely more of like a cooler neutral tone bronzer, and I really like that about her, and the formula is absolutely amazing. This is more like a satin skin-like finish on the skin. Next we have a glowy bronzer by... No, she's ruined. But this is the Nudestix Glow Core. This is in the shade Tan Glow. On the outer rim, that looks like absolute poopy. It's their matte bronzing formula, and then in the middle is a glowy core, so you get that matte formula with a slight glow to it. It glides effortlessly on the skin. This is also a more neutral bronzer. It's not too warm, it's not too cool. I feel like this is the perfect amount of bronze, especially for the fall. This is a newer product in my collection. This is the Sephora Collection Contour Stick in the shade 02 Light to Medium. This is a true contour stick. Like, girl, she is cool tone. Like, she is going to chisel the out of you, okay? So you want to go very light-handed with this product, and you want to be strategic with this product when you're using it. I have always struggled to find a cool contour color that's a true contour color that has zero warmth to it, and this is it. She is it. I love her for that purpose, and she's really creamy and really blendable and really affordable. So I'd say if you're looking for a cool contour and you're of my complexion, definitely try this out. This is my favorite category, cream and liquid blushes. Honestly, there's not really a difference in formula preference with the spring and summer and the fall winter, because I feel like even in fall winter, we still like the glowier cream and liquid blushes, just like in the spring and summer, how those are really popular. But for the fall and winter, serum blushes all the way. These are the Hourglass Unreal Serum Blushes. Oh my God, these are amazing. They're in my September favorites video on TikTok. I cannot get enough of them. The only difference for cream and liquid blushes in the fall and winter, we tend to go more towards the berries and the red tones. First, I'm gonna start off with Say in Chili. Oh my gosh, I love this formula. It's super dewy and lightweight on the skin. And the formula is super lightweight, and you're also gonna get more of a sheer pigment with this, so it's super natural on the skin. I typically put like a lot of layers with this blush because I love blush. Are we surprised? I think not. Next up, we have my Persona Cosmetics Cream Blushes. This one is in the shade Jam. You can see that it's a beautiful grape jelly jam color. I love the formula of these blushes. A little bit goes a very long way. I also have the shade Kiss, which is a true red cream blush. This one definitely a little bit goes a long way with this one as well, but lightly blended onto the cheeks, it gives you the most natural flush. And then we have my Tower 28 Kung Fu Panda collab, and this one's more of like a balmy texture. It is much redder than the Persona Cosmetics in my opinion. Next, we have setting powders. So in the spring and summer, for me personally, I am trying to be as matte as possible, and the least product, the better. So you're typically using more setting powder in the spring and summer. I would say I also use the same amount of powder, but I set my face strategically. So what I mean by that is typically in the spring and summer, I would take a powder puff and pack it with a loose powder, and then set my under eyes, my T-zone, and my chin area, and also around my nose. But for the fall and winter, I typically use a fluffy brush to dust powder all over my face. And then I'll take a fluffy brush and I'll dip it in my loose powder, and I'll use that to set underneath my eyes and my T-zone. So that way I pack the powder on those areas, but it's not as much powder as the powder puff would disperse onto your face. So you won't look dry, crusty, dusty using fluffy brushes to set your face in the fall and winter. For spring and summer, we're typically going for a very matte bronzer if you're oily, or a more glowy bronzer to give you that glowy, sun-kissed, beachy look. But in the fall and winter, we're more cooler tones, we're more matte, and we don't really pack on a lot of bronzer, if any. Powder bronzers across the board, if you have textured skin, want a very matte powder bronzer. One of my favorites is the Makeup by Mario. This is the Soft Sculpt Bronzer in the shade Medium. I hit pan, so you can tell that I really love this. Super well formulated matte bronzer. Pat McGrath also has a really nice neutral skin-like finish bronzer. And the one that takes the cake is the Rem Beauty Satin Matte Bronzer. Oh my gosh, just like the blushes, I am freaking obsessed with this formula. If you have textured skin, you need to have Rem Beauty Satin Matte Blush and Bronzer formula in your makeup, because let me tell you, it blurs, it sets, it is everything you want and need in a powder bronzer. We're going the same direction with powder blushes. Spring and summer, we're more focused on like glowy, skin-like blushes, but in the fall and winter, we want those deep berry tones, and we want like that satin matte finish. So of course, I have to recommend my Rem Beauty Satin Matte blushes. Oh my gosh, like these make my cheeks look phenomenal. My texture is very blurred, very smooth when I have these blushes on, and they complement every single makeup look. I absolutely love them. These are in the shades Strawberry Nebula, and this is in the shade Pinking of You. Those are my two favorite blush shades right now. If you are looking for more of a luminous baked formula that's not gonna emphasize your texture in your pores, I would say go for the Kosas Blushes Life Blushes. They have really pretty berry tones, and if you want like a little bit of that luminosity to your cheeks, but you don't wanna be glittery and sparkly, those ones are a good pick. Now we're gonna go into a product that not a lot of people talk about during the spring and summer. I feel like fall and winter, we talk more about brightening powders than in spring and summer. You know the 90s flashback like makeup looks? Oh my gosh, like that is the vibe for fall. 90s fall makeup always has a little bit of flashback, okay? You want that brightening effect underneath of your eyes and any of the high points of your face, but you want to be matte at the same time. So brightening powders are your best friend during fall and winter. And it can also be a really nice finishing touch to your makeup to give you that little bit of oomph and brightness and, you know, just make you look incredible in photos. So there are only 2 brightening powders that I recommend. The first is my tried and true. This is the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. You can see that I hit pan on it. This is one of the best, if not the best, drugstore brightening powder. It does what it says it's gonna do. It truly brightens up your makeup look, so a little bit goes a long way with this one. I love the formula. It smooths out your texture really well, and she's good. She's a good one. I think she's only like $3. Now this one is a newer launch, but I absolutely loved how my makeup came out when I used this on my under eyes. This is the Kosas Cloud Set in the shade Candy. It's a light pink baked powder, so it's not gonna make you look super matte. It's definitely gonna do a lot of smoothing for texture and setting underneath of your eyes. I absolutely love this, especially because I wear a lot of blush. This blends into my blush really well, so that way there's like a cohesive under eye blush moment. But I would say if you're new to brightening powders and you want more of a white yellow tone beigey color, I would say try out the Essence Brighten Up. But if you want that pinky under eye, I would say go with the Kosas Cloud Set in Candy. Next category is lip liners, lip glosses, and lipsticks. During fall, we do not play about our lip combos, okay? For lip liners, you want the browns, the burgundies, the cooler tone browns. Of course, I have to mention my Makeup Forever Wherever Walnut. She is my everyday pinky brown lip liner. This is Espresso from NYX, and it is a true deep espresso brown. Like, look how stunning she is. If you want a super cool tone lip liner, this duo from Half Magic Beauty, this is in the shade You're My Taupe, and it is the best cool tone lip liner that I own. Like, look at that. It is literally stunning on the lips. This has been a recent favorite on my TikTok. This is the Rare Beauty lip liner in the shade Strong. This is more of like your warm tone brown. Okay, Fenty has some of my favorite brown lip liners right now. This one is in the shade 05 Rubber Bands. They are super creamy, so you kind of have to be careful. That's in the shade Rubber Bands. This is more of like a neutral brown. This is in the shade Peanut Butter. This is definitely more of a light neutral brown. This is the shade Extra Thigh. Oh my gosh, look at all these tones. These are literally screaming fall. How could I not mention my Persona Cosmetics in the shade Americano? Oh my god, there's so many in here that I love. Usually I am not a lipstick girl. I am more of a gloss girl. So let me show you some of my fave brown and burgundy lip glosses. We're gonna start out with my Say Glossy Bounce lip oils. This one is in the shade Play. These don't look like much swatch, but on the lips with your favorite lip liner, they look so freaking pretty. This is a really nice like berry pink color. This is the shade Push. I love her. Look at that. With one of these brown liners, oh my god. Literally the perfect lip combo. And then finally we have this Grape Jelly shade. This is in the shade Dream, and it's sheer enough to where it's like super wearable, which I really like. It's right here. Of course, we have the Fenty Heat Hot Chocolate. We're just gonna go for it. We're just gonna swatch it right here. This is definitely a more pigmented lip gloss, which I love. Paired with any lip liner, oh my god, literally so gorgeous. Next is my Persona Cosmetics Daydream Lip Mask in the shade Pomegranate. This is literally the perfect hydrating lip mask to make those, ew, did you hear that? To make the cherry cola lip combos. Oh my gosh, this with Americano lip liner. So freaking pretty, and you can build up the color quite a bit, which I am obsessed with. And it's also nourishing for your lips at the same time. Like, who wouldn't want that? Next is the Tower 28 Lip Softy in the shade Oob Vanilla. And this is definitely like a mix of your cherry and brown. Like, if these two had a baby, the Tower 28 would be it. And I've been recently obsessed with the Summer Fridays Iced Coffee Lip Butter Balm. It doesn't give you as much pigment as the other glosses, but it gives you just enough. Oh my gosh, it just makes like the most prettiest milky light brown, like literally an iced latte. But again, like look at all these lippies. Take it in because this is the fall color palette right here. This next category is very underrated. I feel like nobody really talks a lot about eyeshadow anymore, but I love eyeshadow, okay? I have a full drawer that's overflowing with so many palettes that I don't use, but like I need to use. I'm trying to challenge myself to use eyeshadow more often. I say as I'm not wearing any eyeshadow, but yeah. This palette is expensive, but it is so worth it. This is the Danessa Myricks Blooming Romance palette. Like, look at this. It is divine. Like, and it smells so good. Like, I want to know what she scented this with because I want to smell like it. It comes with like a pomade formula, which is the bigger pan, and then the shadow formula is in the little pan. Now on the more neutral cool tone side, this is the Makeup by Mario Neutrals palette. Look at that color palette. That is literally so beautiful. The formula is phenomenal and the blendability is amazing. So if you're looking for a really nice quality neutral palette, definitely recommend this one. The next big category we're going to go over is skincare, okay? Fall and winter is the time to get any sort of professional treatments done, whether it be chemical peels or microneedling. I really love vitamin A chemical peels, the bio repeal. I also really love microneedling. If you have acne prone and textured skin, those are going to do such amazing things for your skin. Highly recommend looking up estheticians or med spas that provide those services this fall and winter. Now let's get into your skincare routine. In the spring and summer, if you're acne prone, you are probably using an active cleanser with like AHAs or BHAs, but in the fall and winter time, you want to switch to a hydrating cleanser. The one that I recommend to everybody is the Prequel, the Cleanser. For fall and winter, do not sleep on hydrating toners, okay? Hydrating milky toners are gonna be your best friend in the fall and winter. Even if you have oily skin, I highly suggest a hydrating toner because it's gonna help balance the oil production on your skin and you'll probably reduce your oil production as well. 3 of my favorite milky toners are the Bioma Milky Toner, the Ilia Face Base Milk, as well as the Tier Milk Toner. Next is an essential for the fall, okay? Do not skip on your hydrating serums. So I'm gonna put you on to my favorite hydrating serum of all time. It is the Experiment World Glycerin Serum. It is the best hydrating serum on the market. I recommend that one to every single person. You need a glycerin-based serum in your skincare routine no matter what. Next is you need a really good moisturizer, okay? In the fall and winter, you're gonna want to opt for a thicker, creamier moisturizer versus in the spring and summer, we were more into like the gel cream moisturizers. But fall and winter, your skin's gonna get dry and the thicker the moisturizer, the better. I've been really loving the Bioma Barrier Treatment. It comes in a little purple bottle and it's sold at Target, I believe. It's a thicker cream moisturizer, but it doesn't feel heavy on the skin. And I really, really like it for my nighttime routine because I feel like in the morning, my skin looks really plump and juicy. So I highly recommend that one. In the fall and winter, you want a thick eye cream. I really love the Kiehl's Avocado Under Eye Treatment. It is my holy grail, okay? It keeps my under eyes nice and hydrated and plumped. And this is especially going to be key if you don't want any creasing underneath of your eyes. Next, you need a retinol or anti-aging product, whether it's a vitamin C serum, a retinol, a retinal, a retinoid, any of those kinds of products. You're gonna want that all year round, but especially in the fall and winter, you can get away with using more actives because the sun isn't going to be out as much. Still wear your SPF, but I feel like a retinoid is a staple product in anybody's skincare routine. I am currently using the Coco Kind Beginner Retinol Gel. Oh my gosh, I am so excited to switch to the advanced because it has done wonders for my skin and it's a really good pick for sensitive skin as well. Next, if you can get a red light therapy mask, a red light therapy wand or tool, please invest in it because it is so beneficial for your skin. It is so beneficial for acne prone skin, promoting collagen, correcting fine lines and wrinkles, and also killing any acne causing bacteria on your face. I really like the Dr. Dennis Gross. I love Current Body. I love the little Solar Wave tool as well. If you can invest in one of those, I highly, highly recommend. You will definitely see a difference in your skin. Like, I would never lie to you, okay? Red light therapy has done so much for my skin. Next is an obvious one. If you are using a more mattifying sunscreen in the spring, summer, you're gonna wanna switch to a hydrating sunscreen in the fall and winter. Because again, you want your skin to be nice and plump and juicy when the weather is very cold, dry, and crusty. My favorite tinted sunscreens at the moment are the Skin Better Tone Smart SPF And I've also really been loving the Beauty of Joseon. They just came out with a new gel cream sunscreen. It is literally so good. The last category we will go through is body care. Typically in the fall and winter, I like to opt for a more hydrating body cleanser. Right now, I am currently using the Naturium Oil to Gel Cleanser. And that one is very, very nice. It doesn't strip my skin. It doesn't make me feel like scaly or anything. And it's also not oily feeling, which I really, really like. And I'm only exfoliating 1 to 3 times a week just because I don't want to like dry out my skin while the weather is like super dry. In the spring and summer for like body lotions and scents and perfumes and body sprays and things like that, I opted for more like peachy, floral, sweet smelling things. But now in the fall, I'm more of like a vanilla, caramel, toasted marshmallow, anything vanilla, caramel, toasted marshmallow, anything like that, that scented, that is my jam for the fall. Oh my gosh, and I've literally been so obsessed with the EOS Vanilla Cashmere Body Lotion. I literally get compliments everywhere I go, okay? So if you want to smell like a sweet birthday cake all the time and get compliments on how you smell, definitely get that lotion, okay? $9 at Target. And now that we're getting into fall and winter, I'm also going to be incorporating a retinol body lotion at nighttime. So one retinol body lotion I highly recommend is the one by Coco Kind. It's really thin, but it's also moisturizing. And it's been helping me a lot with like my little bumps on my legs, on like the back of my thighs and like where my calves are because I have little strawberry skin things, you know. I just switched to the Dove Bond Repair shampoo and conditioner, and I also bought the mask because one of my favorite hair talk creators recommended that whole line. So I was like, yes, I need that because my hair is curly and it's frizzy, and with the dry fall and winter air, it gets really frizzy and dry, and I use a lot of heat on my hair, sorry to say. So that line, I am excited to see how it saves my hair from this fall winter dryness. Okay, now that was a lot of information. I spewed a lot at you, but I hope y'all took your notes because I got you covered for the fall season. Makeup, skincare, body care, you got it. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I love you all so, so much. Thank you for stopping by my fairy garden, and let me know if you pick up any of the products that I mentioned in this video, or let me know if I missed out on any products that are essential for you during the fall time. I love you all so, so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.